And bingos. It says I'm live. So it must be live. All right. Well, there it is, 30 seconds in. And, oh, okay. I don't want to hear myself talk for, the time. So anyway, welcome to Newsflash Disney. I am Dean. Follow the happy and excited for the show. There's always something happening at Disney, and so we should talk about it. We should at least talk about some of it. Um, this show is not intended to be, everything that's going on at Walt Disney World, but I do want to talk about some things that I come across. I follow several sources, and I will tell you what those are, so I can credit my sources for you. But before I get into the news, and I'll dilly-dally here for a few minutes at the beginning of the stream, I want to show this little, I found some Toy Story stickers. I've been kind of tidying up in my room a little bit. And so, hi, Mike Wheeler. How are you? Welcome in. Just showing some Toy Story stickers that I found. I was cleaning my room today, and I decided that, I decided that I needed to clean my room first, get some things organized. You can't tell a lot. Mike, I'll tell you what I did in the background. I found some like backdrop things, pieces that I had found at the dollar store a while ago, and I put them away, and I found them again tonight. So I put them up in the background here. You can kind of see it. But I got my closet doors to close, which means I'm a little more organized than not. And so that was an accomplishment, I gotta say. That was an accomplishment to organize enough that I could close the closet doors. So anyway. And then, of course, right here next to me over my shoulder is the Baby Yoda bag that I still have up there. And so, yeah, so in a minute, I will actually get going on the news. Hi, Carol. Welcome in. Happy Monday. And yeah. Right when I went live, I realized, or right before I went live, I realized that my microphone here was turned off. It was muted. So I fixed that right before I hit the live. Yeah. So Hi, Stacy. Oh, you're paying bills. Ah, bummer. That is a bummer. Well, I'm going to be talking about happy things, happier things than bills, but I guess the bills are necessary. Um, so, anyway. Well, let's get going. Let's talk about um, some Disney news. I follow tonight. My sources are Disney Food Blog. They have a lot of articles, post a lot of things that are happening, not just food, but also, operational and things is doing. Um, Also, WDW News Today is my other source tonight. For sources, I also use, hold on, what's the name of the other place? I also use Inside the Magic, Blog Mickey, and Mickey Views as well, somewhat. And then always looking for good news sources. Also, there's the Disney Park blogs, I guess, that I kind of stay in tune to. But is tonight's kind of news items that I'm going to be talking about is come from WDW News Today and Disney Food Blog. So the first item that I want to kind of talk about that I the news came out last week, and there's been generally a positive reaction to this from what I've seen in online, and it is the fact that the temperature checks have been removed from the parks, or they're going to be removed. Sunday will be the last day that they will be there. I think it'll be either the last day they're there or the first day that they're not there. But anyway, we're less than a week away. The 8th, which was Saturday, I believe was the date that they no longer did that for cast members. But they've already started changing the signs and the verbiage of the signs to reflect that there's no more temperature checks. But their mask policies, their social distancing is still going to be in place for the time being. Over at Animal Kingdom, there is the celebration of Festival of the Lion King had its soft opening over the weekend, and the official opening is going to be very soon. Actually, I didn't hear when, actually, but I think it will. It's supposed to be soon. So that's exciting. I remember going there years ago, and I guess if it's open when I go next week on Wednesday, I'll probably be checking that out. That is a fun show. It is a modified of the show. And April 15th. Do you mean May 15th, Mike? Because we're already in, yeah, May 15th. Okay, May 15th. So I'm going to be in Animal Kingdom on the 19th. So yeah, it looks like I have something to check out when I'm there. And I know there's been a lot of like vlogs and videos and things on Instagram showing clips from the new. Oh, it's okay, Mike. I get my days mixed up. Yesterday, I kind of for a while I was thinking it was Friday or something. I don't know. Um, but then I turned my phone on and it told me that it was in fact not Friday. Um, yes, Carol. Yeah, very excited. I actually hope they bring back the Finding Nemo show. Um, I've heard some places that it might be like totally gone, but at least I haven't heard any news about it coming back. I really liked that show. I really liked the at the end of the show when they dropped the bubbles. Um, the rest of the show was very good. The singing, the songs, just the puppetry that they used there, and the performance of the actors. Um, but even if it doesn't come back, I do own the soundtrack to it, about the CD soundtrack that has like all the fun songs. So I can listen to that. Um, but yeah, very very fun, very fun. Then things are coming back. Um, everything that comes back that reopens at Disney is just another step back to normal, and they can't do it all at once, but they do it as they can, or as they see fit. Going over to Epcot, and this is very exciting to me, as I'm sure it is to a lot of people. They are working on re-bringing bringing back Club Cool to Epcot. They're redoing, I think everyone knows, they're redoing Epcot. It got put on hold when the COVID happened and the shutdown happened. And so Club Cool is coming back, and there was an article on there confirming that the Beverly will be coming back to Coca-Cola, to the Club Cool, and it's going to be the word used for the new version of Club Cool is that it's going to be revitalized, and it's I didn't write down the other words, but there was some images shared by an Imagineer. I think it was an Imagineer, about the floor. The floor is apparently made out of recycled Coca-Cola products, and like the bottles and whatnot. So it was kind of interesting pictures that they showed there. And of course, the Coca-Cola. They said it's coming this summer, and it's going to be in the same building as the Creations Shop, which is, if you hadn't heard, that's going to be the new name for what is now known as Mouse Gear. They're revamping Mouse Gear, and it's going to be called the Creations Shop, which I'm trying to get used to that. I'm not sure it's the best name. I think it works, but I don't think it's the best name. I think they should have gone with like their new slogan, being the magic of possibility. I think they should have renamed the store something like the Possibility Shop, or the Shop of Possibilities, or something that goes with their new some of their new verbiage, their new, mottos and whatnot. But anyway, that the creation shop will be in the same building as the new Coca-Cola, their new Club Cool from Coca-Cola. And was there something? I think there was something else in that building, a restaurant maybe, or maybe the restaurant. I think the restaurant was going to be on the other side. I'd have to look at the plans. I don't know. They've got everything all tore up in Epcot, so it's hard to keep track of what they're still doing, what they're not doing, what they're gonna, what they're doing, what's coming, what's not coming, when it's coming. I'm looking forward to the Moana water attraction. Also, that seemed kind of interesting to me. And so anyway, that is very exciting. I'm excited to. I am excited to see what comes to Epcot. Speaking of Epcot, let me go here. There was another item that I had that was Epcot. Okay, Mike, thank you. The Creation Shop and Coca-Cola is where the mouse gear was, and they are changing the electric umbrella, which is across the way near the temporary mouse gear. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, I know that. I think they kind of did away with the big not convention center, but festival center, that raised up thing that was going to be there. I think that kind of went by the wayside. But hopefully they still have some kind of a special area in the middle of the front there. Yeah, Carol, I'm a little concerned with it. I mean, I understand the actual ride, like the vehicles, they might need to be updated. If the track or something needs to be like up smoothed out or something, but the actual changes to like the content of the ride, I think maybe towards the end, maybe some of the scenes could definitely be like updated. But whenever they decide to make a change to a ride, you just kind of wonder what is coming. So I found I saw a couple places that said that the harmonious barges, the fountains that are going to be going in the daytime, they were starting to do some testing. And I've not seen them in person, but from the pictures, they look like they don't really cover up the barges as well as maybe they thought they would. So I'm not sure. Maybe they're only testing some of the water fountains. I don't know. Hopefully they figure something out with that. So reopening, let's move from Epcot over to Hollywood Studios. The Fairfax Fair is reopening with a new menu. Now, I didn't look at the whole menu, But some of the Tex-Mex Southwestern flavors items with hot dogs. They have they're going to have a California BLTA dog. They're going to have the pretzel dog. They're going to have a truffle bacon macaroni and cheese dog, which I can't lie, sounds interesting. I don't know that it sounds appetizing necessarily, but it sounds interesting to me. I would maybe try it once. Then they have just their plain their all beef, quarter pounder hot dog. That's probably just like, your standard regular all American plain hot dog. Then they also have, and this was kind of interesting, kind of weird, but they have a plant-based Chicago style hot dog salad. And let me say that again, a plant-based Chicago style hot dog salad. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? Hot dog salad. I looked on the menu, and it looks like it is what it sounds like. A salad, the romaine, the greens, whatever they're using, other vegetables, with like a plant-based like sausage hot dog. Hi Garrett, how are you? Happy Monday. Talking about some Disney news happening out in Walt Disney World. Mike Wheeler says, sounds better than hot dog jello. Ew. Hot dog jello. But they are going to have some dessert options on the menu at Fairfax Fair. So that's in Hollywood Studios. And that's reopening. It either already reopened or it's getting ready to reopen very, very, very soon. So let me make sure I don't have anything else. Well, Hollywood Studios has Muppet Vision 3D, and I think it would be appropriate while we're on Hollywood Studios to mention that Mr. Kermit the Frog celebrated a birthday yesterday. And he was introduced in 1955, which makes Kermit the Frog 66 years old. That is one old frog man. And he was, of course, created and performed by Jim Henson. And that's exciting. So, happy birthday, Kermit the Frog. Hot dogs inside of Jell-O was a big thing back in the late 40s and early 50s. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay. I'm glad I missed that decade. Well, alrighty. Alrighty, so let's go on to this week. The wait times, who gets the award for the longest wait times in Walt Disney World, the Walt Disney World parks this week. And this is, I got this from Disney Food Blog, had this article. So at the Magic Kingdom, coming in first place for the longest wait time this week was Splash Mountain, averaged a 62-minute wait time, followed in second place by the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, coming in at 44 minutes. At Epcot, coming in at first place with a average wait time of 45 minutes this week, was Test Track. Not a shocker. Not a shocker. Coming in a very close second place at Epcot is Soarin', coming at 44 minutes. And I should note that the shortest wait time was the Gran Fiesta Tour in Mexico, and that came in at a whopping 8 minutes for the shortest wait time. I guess those cardboard cutouts just aren't doing it for the people. At Animal Kingdom, can you guess at Animal Kingdom which ride at Animal Kingdom might just have the longest wait time? I'll let you folks try to guess this one. Hi Dave, welcome in. Welcome to the Disney News, talking about some of the things that are happening. And Mike says Flight of Passage. That is correct. Flight of Passage came in not as the longest wait time this week, an average of 61 minutes. 61 minutes. Second place was Kilimanjaro Safari's average wait time, 34 minutes. Quite a difference there. Going back over to Hollywood Studios, we were talking about that. Hollywood Studios, a minute before. That's right, Carol, the cutouts are not cutting it. The number one, the longest wait time at Hollywood Studios is the Slinky Dog Dash this week at 59 minutes. 59 minutes. Followed in second place by the Tower of Terror at 56 minutes. And the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run came in at third place for 39 minutes. And the article said that they don't track the Rise of the Resistance wait times because that's based on the boarding groups, and so it doesn't really work the same way. But I think they probably have a way of kind of maybe trying to control the wait time that's kind of based on, how quickly they're going through the groups and how, I'm sure they've got all that worked out. I am not an Imagineer. I am not a technician. I don't have any idea, but I'm sure they have a way of just limiting that. Stacy Rogers, I kind of dread mentioning this next item because I know that your wallet, wink wink, likes the Funko Pops. But there is a new Pirate of the Caribbean. You might already know about this. Pirate of the Caribbean Treasure Skeleton Funko Pop. And the article I read said that it was being sold at the Frontier Trading Post. I think that's Magic Kingdom. That sounds like Magic Kingdom. Also at the Plaza del Sol Caribe Bazaar. I'll try to say that again. The Plaza del Sol Caribe Bazaar. I think that's the shop that you go through coming off of Pirates of the Caribbean. It's also being sold at Disney Springs and it's a cost of $29.99. Oh, it glows in the dark. I didn't catch that, Mike. It glows in the dark. Well, you know. So, okay, Stacy. So I saw it. I thought it looked interesting. I'm not really into the Funko Pops. I'm more into the Disney pins, but even then, I'm not crazy about the pins, but I'm into the pins somewhat. Um, but I thought that looked. I actually had you in mind when I wrote this one down, Stacy. That one down. Um, I'm like, I am going to talk about it, and Stacy's wallet is going to run, run, run for the internets. So let's see. Okay, so there was kind of a depressing story. Not depressing, yeah, kind of depressing. Disney Food Blog had an article, had an item out of all the things that are happening in Disney. I actually like that they did this story. They had an article that was titled, and I kind of, to this effect, "No one deserves to be lonely in Disney World, even balloons." So apparently, the writers and the bloggers of Disney Food Blog have come across, I don't know when, but in the past, they have come across balloons. They mentioned specifically 2 pairs of balloons that they have come across that have been abandoned by people in the parks. One was in Magic Kingdom, I think. The other one was in, I think they said was in Epcot somewhere. But 2 pairs of 2 balloons. That were abandoned by people and were just there. They were attached to something like a weight or, a post, and they were totally looked fine, but they were just, someone left them there and just walked away. Now, I don't know for 100% sure. Mike, maybe you might know this, but I heard that the price of the balloons, these are like the balloons that they sell on Main Street, are close to $20, if not $20, or something around there. And so if you got 2 balloons altogether, that's $40 just sitting there, sitting on a bench, sitting at a table, and you just walked away. I'd kind of like to know what was going on with you that day. I want to hear that story. They also found what was it? It was a Mickey pretzel. They came across a Mickey pretzel that someone had just left there completely, fully untouched. Well, maybe not untouched. How could they know that? But uneaten, just sitting at a table. They've mentioned that as well. And so, I mean, that had to have been a crazy day for them to, must have been really a lot going on for them to just walk away from balloons and a Mickey pretzel. So that was an interesting story. I never really, kind of different. Usually Disney Food Blog does stories about, they things that are like opening, reopening, tips about saving money, new products, new food items, Disney food blog. But then they're doing this story about balloons and Mickey pretzels that are being abandoned in the parks. Very interesting. Also announced this week was the fact that the Halloween parties are not happening this year, but they are doing what they're calling a Boo Bash, and they are happening on select dates from April the 10th all the way through October the 31st. And on the nights that they happen, they will be from 9 to midnight, and they will feature Halloween-themed cavalcades, character sightings, candy spots, and music from the Cadaver Dance, as well as lights, decor, and music. So that was interesting. I'm not a huge Halloween fan, but I'm including it because a lot of people are. Did I say April? Did I write down April? I meant August. Sorry, Stacy. Yeah, I meant August. Because I definitely wrote down 8 right here. You see that right there? 8, 10. I definitely, so that was me. That was totally me. Sorry about that. It is August. In August. April would be really early. April would just be really early. Coming up later in the fall this year, they've been painting some things at Walt Disney World. They have been doing the entry archways coming in off of the highways, excuse me, on the roadways, the archways that say, well, Walt Disney World. They have been repainting those over the past several months, and currently they're working on the Epcot World Center Drive entrance, and I think that's the one I always drive in because I keep seeing the articles and the pictures of new color schemes coming, and then whenever I've gone the past few months, they're the same as they were as it's been. But so this one I think is the one that I drive in on. And also they've been doing some painting at the TTC, the Transportation and Ticket Center, changing it to a new blue color scheme to match the 50th color scheme. And that leads me to a little thought that I was thinking of, because they showed a picture of the Epcot monorail, and I know for a fact that it's not running now, and I just want to express my deepest wish that they bring back the Epcot monorail sometime soon, because there is just something about walking through Epcot, and maybe it's down because of the construction. I know because of the temperature checks going on, and now the temperature checks are going away. That whole front area of Epcot was kind of maybe not conducive to having the Epcot monorail. That actually could be why, because where you come in from the parking lot to through the temperature check and then into the security, they didn't have, there wouldn't really be a good way to bring people off of the monorail. I guess there would have been. So Mike Wheeler says they will. Right now they're not running in that line due to cleaning guidelines and stuff. Well, I mean, I think that at this point they could probably look at bringing it back. Um, at least maybe during busier periods to maybe give an option. I don't know. Disney would have to make that decision. I just wanted to say on the stream tonight that I kind of wishing um, that they will um, bring it back. But they will. They will. They will bring it back. They will definitely bring it back, and you know they will. Epcot will be great. Um, when it's done. I don't know how it's going to look. I may not think everything is great, but I think that people will, come to love the new Epcot. Um, there's another thing that I'm kind of sore about. Mike says there was a total of 12 monorails, which I think I've heard before. And if they were all to run all of them, there would be 10 on all the tracks, which leaves only 2 to switch out when some of them are under refurb. Okay. So I guess I don't know how many they usually run at a time. I guess maybe they do 2 or 3 on the Mike, you probably know this, probably like how many they usually run on like the resort line and the express line. I would guess, this is just my uneducated guess, that they do like maybe at least 2 during the day on the express line, maybe 3. But if they only have 12, yeah, that would be okay. 3 on the express, 4 on Epcot, and 4 on resort. Sorry, 3 on express, 4 on the resort, and 3 on Epcot. Okay, so that's 6 and 4. That is 10. So anyway, but I know I love watching the monorails. The monorails are great. Um, and I know there was talk at some point, or maybe it was just rumors that they were going to be getting new monorail trains at one point. Of course, I think that talk was all possibly pre-COVID. So who knows how that is going now. There was something else I was going to mention here. Oh, I thought I'll do that in the Disney Plus section. What else was I going to talk about here? Oh, okay. There is another new. Disney keeps coming out with these new things, these new toys, plushes. They had they've got the Wishables. They've had all the Wishables. They've released all those Wishables series and whatever sets of the Wishables. Then they got the new emos now. And then, of course, they've got the regular plushies. But they've got a new cute baby, I think something baby Disney plush of a character. Mike says, yep, that is supposed to happen when it said they decided to do the new freshen up and refurbishment look on them. Yeah, I know I've seen the new look. And they look okay. I guess the concern that's been raised is I guess we're going back to the monorail now. The the operation, because I know there's been incidents where the doors come open while they're not at a station and whatnot. So anyway, yeah, maybe at some point in a couple years they can look at that again. But I know that everything just got brakes slammed hard when COVID happened, and the gears are slowly starting to be returned to, normal. So let's see, it is 12:45. Let me finish up the news items that I have here. There is a cute Disney plush, and I actually have a picture of it to show you. It is a plush of Nana from Peter Pan. And let me find the screenshot because this thing is so cute. It is part of the Disney Babies. It's called the Disney Babies Nana. So here is Nana. I hope you can see it. You see it. There he is. There's Nana. And that is just, isn't that just the cutest little thing? So Mike, this is Nana from Peter Pan. They've got her in a little like sack thing. She's got a little like blue bow around her, and she is adorable. I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny that I'm going to buy that, but I don't know. It's really, really cute. Really, really cute. Also happening this week, and this is at the Magic Kingdom, the Monsters, Inc. laugh floor. The billboard sign has now been uncovered. It had been covered, and of course they were using the queue line. They were using the queue for Monsters Inc. laugh floor for Buzz Lightyear, and but they have actually separated the queues. Separated it from Buzz. They've, cleared out the exit pathway, and it appears, although there's no official announcement, that Monsters Laugh Floor could possibly be reopening, which I think is good. Obviously, they'll probably be doing, reduced seating for the distancing. But having another attraction open in the park will be is a good thing. They reopened the Transit Authority TTA, and that was very good. That gives people something else to go on. If they can reopen the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, awesome. Awesome. So, coming up on May 28th, the Cruella movie will be coming to Disney Plus's Premier Access. That's the where you have to pay $30 on top of the whatever you're already paying to have access to the movie. Makes sense for some people. It does not make sense to me. So I will still be waiting for a few months until you can just watch the movie, but it will be coming out on Premier Access on Disney Plus on May the 28th. The movie soundtrack will be coming out on May 21st, which is the week before. And those are both Fridays. So I looked at some dates for summer Disney films that are coming out in 2021. June 18th, Luca which is I believe it's a Pixar film, Disney Pixar film. It will be coming to Disney Plus on June 18th. The Black Widow, which is one of the Marvel films, will be coming to theaters and the Disney Plus Premiere Access on July the 9th. And then the Jungle Cruise, from what I found, is coming at 2 theaters on July the 30th. So that's a summer. I'm looking forward to Luca just because it's coming out on regular Disney Plus and not the Premiere Access, so I'll be able to watch it right away. Hey Tim, I'm still here for at least 10 more minutes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to those. I'm kind of interested in the Jungle Cruise. I don't know that I would be going to see it in theaters. I'm not crazy about theaters, although I have enjoyed going to watch movies in the theaters. I kind of just prefer waiting a few months till it gets released and I can just watch it in my home. And then Black Widow, definitely not in the theater, definitely not on the Premiere Access, but probably I might watch it when it comes out to regular Disney Plus. And so let me just double check. I believe that is all I had for today. And that's only a selection of all of the articles and news items, new things, reopenings, merch, food that's coming out. There's been other things that have been announced. Restaurants that are reopening, for example. Yeah, that's all I had. So anyway, yeah. So until next week, that is all of the Disney news that I have collected. There's a lot going on at Disney. And I don't claim to be able to cover everything on a weekly hour, in an hour on a weekly basis. But once again, I follow today's articles. Items were from WDW News Today, as well as Disney Food Blog. And then, of course, I also follow Inside the Magic, Mickey Blog. Primarily, I also watch Mickey Views, Braden at Mickey Views on YouTube. He's a very smart young man. He produces excellent videos telling about the happenings that are going on, the latest. He's got very good insight. If you don't already subscribe to the Mickey Views on YouTube, I do suggest that you do so. Of course, DSNY Newscast, I also follow somewhat. I used to follow DSNY Newscast, Mickey Views, and Disney Food Blog were like my 3 Disney channels before I came across Resort TV 1. And that's when I realized, hey, there's actually people that go into the parks and live stream. And that was like 2 years, little more than 2 years ago. And of course, there's been all kinds of new channels that have popped up. and have been enjoying growth. And so anyway, yes, Mike Wheeler says, don't forget to check out Dean's campsite. That's campsite.bio/follow the /follow the happy. That site just has all of my links on there. It's got my 2 podcasts, the Dean Report and the Stories with Dean. The Dean Report is on sabbatical now. I'm bringing it back. I've decided I'm bringing the Dean Report podcast back in August, early August. I'm going to kick off beginning of the month. I'm going to start doing possibly just bi-weekly podcasts, but at least weekly. Maybe it might just be bi-weekly, but might be weekly. I'm deciding. And you can also, there's a link to this YouTube channel. But that link is what I put on my Instagram bio, so people can come to this YouTube channel. So that's why if you click on that link, you'll find there's a link to this YouTube channel. So Stacy Rogers says, I've been Jackie, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon. That's right. I love that. Love that. Love that. Yeah, that's all the news that I have for today. So it is just about midnight. I guess I would go ahead and wrap it up because that's all I have for tonight. Come back and join me Thursday night at 11:15. We're going to have fun chit chat. We're going to have bedtime stories, or maybe a bedtime story, and anything else that you can dream up to happen on a Thursday night. So everyone, thank you for being in here. Mike Wheeler, Stacy Rogers, Carol was in here, Garrett was in here, Dave, Space Mountain Dave was in here, and anyone else I'm missing, anyone who is watching on the replay, thank you for watching, and come back next Monday when I'll share some more news, because there's always something happening at Disney. You see that going on the bottom of the screen there. There's always something happening. Oh, Tim Pruitt, you were in here. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for coming in. So, yes, Mike, Tina McNeil is getting ready for her trip. And I'm actually planning to meet up with her on Wednesday at some point, and we'll be well, we have a general time planned. It will be when I get over to Epcot, but yeah, sometime that late afternoon we are planning to meet up, and so yeah, and so yeah, Thursday night 11:15, a good time. Next Monday at 11, and so everyone take care. Have a great night. Thank you again for watching, for subscribing, and that will do it for tonight. So until next time, remember to follow the happy.